From West Georgia and East Alabama to the SEC, we've got your teams, your stories, your game. We're local. 9 Yards Deep starts right now.
Welcome.
Smooth
back
transition there. Smooth.
Hey, look. Hey, that's not edited. That's my guy,
No, that's
A. Lee, in the
smooth.
back.
Tough.
I tell you, every show we
goats.
do is something else. Just it's the small things, guys, and we continue to elevate and grow and get bigger. And 9 Yards Deep, we're gonna take off. All right, we're gonna be somewhere.
Shoot for the stars, aim for the moon.
Speaking of shooting for the stars, let's go ahead and shoot this episode off.
Come on
High
now.
school, like we always do. Last week, man, Pike Road handled business against Russell County. Central didn't even look towards Highway 280, towards Opelika. They dominated big time. And I think that was kind of expected, right?
Oh, yeah. No
With
doubt.
Central. They were pedal to the metal. Shout out to them. That's a region title. Glenwood went over there and faced a nasty Lee Scott defense and did what it. That was a good day for the special teams, honestly, man.
Oh,
Lee
yeah.
Scott did what they're supposed to do on defense.
Both
but,
those
man,
teams have. Lee Scott's got a heck of a punter, but I mean, Glenwood was able to rip off a couple runs there in the second half and really make an impact in the game, and they walked out with the region title all week. All week, people talked about how that game was going to be a shootout. We're talking 45-42.
Yeah.
I got there at halftime. It's 0-0.
0-0, yeah.
And everyone's like, yeah, there's been 100 yards total. And then, you know, Glenwood rips off a touchdown run, rips off another, and they win 20-7.
I think it was a total of 9 punts by Glenwood that game, and they still was able to win the game. 21-7 or whatever.
You got to do whatever you can to win.
Hey, I just want to point something out, guys. Look at the hat. Look at the hat. If you don't get anything else from this episode, we gon' you dig.
For sure.
What else we had in high school? Who else? I mean, that Troop kind of LaGrange. Oh, man.
Boy,
What
come
a
on now,
game.
that game.
Game of the week.
Yes, sir. Troop, by far, is one of them teams, man. Tanner G and those guys, we talk about that transition from baseball now to football. These guys have been rocking on all facets, man. Garrison Edwards, one of the guys being a quarterback, and then he has a lot of his guys that he's used to already. Just watching what they've been able to do with the ball, man, is spectacular. No discredit to LaGrange and Coach Napier and what they got going on. Two hard-fought teams, but Troop is just clicking on all cylinders this season.
They on a head-on collision with Sandy Creek.
Oh, yeah.
Region
championship.
Yep. Next week.
Holy smoke! And I think, I mean, Sandy Creek. We ain't got to sit here and talk about that. Not in that area, but I mean, that's just another team that's just loaded. Every single year, Sandy Creek rebuilds. It's just a loaded, team. In
That
Georgia,
whole
you know what I'm
region
saying?
is just a bit was so loaded this year. And Troop
how about it
LaGrange.
for Troop though, man?
Yeah.
To be undefeated going into play Sandy Creek in a couple of weeks for the region championship. That game's gonna be unbelievable.
No
Shout
doubt
out to
about
Coach G. Continue to fight and get better. So, anything else happened in the high school ranks? I know we had Pacelli played Turner County for homecoming. They ended up winning that game.
Shout out to Cam Carino now.
Brookstone.
Did you see that injury?
That
Yeah.
injury was crazy. He came back and scored a touchdown in the fourth.
Exactly. That kid got
Big
hurt.
deal.
Kid got real hurt.
Brookstone went to Westfield, and they dropped out one at Westfield.
did
Westfield's pretty tough. Pacelli gets Westfield.
Yeah,
I wanna say
Westfield
this
was
week.
kind of the sleeper team
Yeah,
going
they-
to this year for GIAA.
Westfield's always been a sleeper team.
They did knock
They
out Calvary, too.
in that region with Brookstone and Pacelli and all those, but they play 3A ball. Y'all forget you often forget that they're not in the 4A division. They're in the 3A division. But GIA does some weird things with the teams, so they play in that region or whatnot. But Westfield's always tough. Like I said, they making a trip up here this week to play Pacelli. That game's going to be pretty tough or whatever. It's always a good game. So.
Another big one we had, Auburn High demolished Carver Montgomery on Friday. And that was a huge win because that was going to solidify who was going to be the number 2 seed going into the playoffs. And now Auburn High has clinched a home playoff game for round 1. They really needed that win. Their defense has been outstanding outside of that Central game, I'd say, and then that early loss to Vestavia earlier in the season. But really like what Coach Etheridge has got with that defense. They're just fast. They get to the ball. And Carver Montgomery's a really talented offense. They got some weapons, and they were able to just contain them in offense. They run this quick tempo game with Case and Myers, and it's a lot different of an offense from what they had last year with Omar and Jackson Kilgore back there in the backfield. Now Case and Myers is in control, and he's running that offense really well right now.
Yeah, it's amazing what Auburn High looks like when they're awakened, right? You know, they dropped the one. They had a tough opening against Booker, and then went and dropped the one against Vestavia, if I remember right. A couple weeks later, they dropped a big one against Central. But they just find ways to bounce back. I mean, they played a tough schedule. You know, it's not easy getting through a Carver Montgomery, right? But when they're up and going, man, Keith just has those guys rolling, and we look. You know, I think they did solidify the 2 seed for them.
They are. They are the number 2 in the region.
And Opelika's facing a situation now where if a couple of weird things happen, which I don't think it will, but they could be eliminated from playoffs, right? So. Man, it's that time of the year, right? It's late October when it starts. I told y'all when it starts to get cold outside, man, stuff starts to get crazy, and it's happening. Shout out to Cavalry girls softball.
Oh yeah, Cavalry girls softball, no doubt about it. Those girls, when they got it did, it took 2 games, but they played against Strong Rock, and that game went out to the wire. You know, many people expected they had ran through the entire playoff bracket, getting to that championship game. The first game won. I believe they dropped 5-3, and then ironically they would come back and win it 5-3 in the next game. Didn't end until about 9:10 o'clock. So that was a close one, but those girls definitely came out on top. And they're still so young. They go from the 8th grade, and they only have one junior coming back.
Yes.
So we talk about a complete. You don't really hear about that too often. A complete roster coming all the way back with the entire team, and they have some heavy hitters already.
That's we try to obviously point out the other sports. I know football is a big hitter for us, but I mean shout out to those girls. Columbus High is deep right now.
No doubt.
I know
they're
Alabama
softball as well.
Ringo.
We got to give a shout out to Central High School, of course, the flag football national champions. They were 50 wins.
Yeah, they got their 50th win straight.
That is crazy.
It's a big deal.
No doubt
shout
about
out to flag football. I mean, y'all know I can sit here and talk about
flag
flag football all day.
100%. Yeah. Pacelli's looking nice always.
This area has just been huge for the game of flag football. Yeah. And it's on both sides of the state, from Alabama to Georgia. We just have multiple programs that are so successful, from private schools to big 7As to 2As.
Yeah.
And it's just continued success. And it's great for this area.
A while back, so got to give them credit too.
A lot of good stuff happening in the area, guys. We're going to start bringing on some guests here in the upcoming weeks, and we're going to have them share their success stories or whatnot. We look forward to, welcoming people onto the 9 Yards Deep podcast. But, yeah, a lot of big things going on. So that was last week. Looking forward to this upcoming week, what we're thinking about game of the week, and what kind of matchups do we have for this week?
We've got a big matchup, Spencer Columbus, right here in Muskogee County. We talk about that. Both of those teams. Right now, Columbus looks like they have the solidified 3rd spot up in the region, but Spencer is creeping on their back end. Definitely looking to see what Coach Kegler and his guys can do. But Andrew Smith and Columbus High are on a run this season. Despite some of the losses they took, they have pretty much been dominating in their region. There's some games still coming up. Of course, they have Sumter County at the end of the season, which is definitely looking promising if they can make it happen. But this team is on fire right now.
I'll tell you like this, man. We're sitting here October, I always check my watch, 21st, and we're thinking, right, man, it's that time where these matchups, they get weird, right?
Yeah,
I mean, game of the week, Columbus High, Spencer, for obviously playoff potentials, right?
Spencer's a bubble team right now.
It no longer depends on where you finish in the region in AA, right? It's the whole ranking system. So you got to win. You got to get those points. And, I mean, this game Friday, where it may not sound sexy to the ear, it's a big deal. It's a big game for this area, for this region, for both teams to make the playoffs. I mean, it's what you want to get, yeah. So you got
Columbus High is. I was checking out the rankings this morning. They're 11 in 2A, and believe it or not, they're ahead of Callaway,
which is awkward.
Yeah,
I think that'll change a little bit. I mean, again,
Callaway does have 2 losses.
We're towards the bottom of the season, but I mean, there's still some big games to be had. I mean, again, Columbus High should be worried about Spencer this week because Spencer's clicking right now. They're playing ball, right? So. I mean, they'll be 11 this week. Could be 14. I mean, it could be higher. You never really know.
Yeah, you need when you're playing a team like Spencer, you need defense, especially Columbus High, because Elijah Fudge can air that thing out, and they got receivers when that offense starts clicking. We saw it a little bit last year, but he's top 6 or 7, I think, in the state of 2A for passing yards, and it just continues to vamp up, and they're clicking right now, and they're clicking at the right time because they need this win Friday in order to solidify their playoff positioning.
Give me the quarterback's name at Columbus High.
Andrew Smith, who
also Iron Man. Hold on, wait. Say it one more time.
Andrew Smith.
I need that to be known. He is a dog.
Iron Man, because not only does he play offense at quarterback, we talk about that defense that they're going to have to show up. He also plays defense, and he plays special teams.
He returns those things.
Punt return.
Yeah, punt return for a touchdown. Kick returns for a kid's a dog.
Different, man. Kid different.
That game's big, and it's at 5 o'clock. Isn't it a weird odd time on Friday? 5 o'clock.
Because they're sharing the stadium, so they got to go at 8 o'clock too. But still,
we're doing something different.
A little special.
We ain't gonna give you. Well, I guess
a little special.
We get a little bit. But anyway, tune in to Win Tony.
this Friday, of course, starting at 5 p.m. We're going to make sure we got something going on. Just be sure to tune in. And then later that night, 11:15 Eastern, 10:15 Central, Sports Overtime with myself and this man, sports leader, Nines, Drew Pavan. We'll be live.
Look at Drew's hat.
Right.
You want to know how to win football games? Run the damn ball.
Now we got high school out the way.
Hey, man. Look, nah.
Where do we start? This is every week.
Let's
with
do
this college
proximity.
football stuff.
We got to go
I'm
proximity.
Now we got that out the way.
9 top 25 teams fall.
I like that. Hey, that's different.
We got sound effects.
Hey,
Wait,
man.
it raining?
Nah, it's flames, baby. It's hot seat. Yes.
Is that hot?
It's hot.
It is a little warm.
He had to stand up yesterday.
It is a little warm.
Seat was a little too
Hold
hot.
on, wait. Hold on. That's a very valid point, Drew. Drew, explain what you meant by that. Because you texted me yesterday, and I could have fell out my chair
I'm concerned.
in laughter when you text that to me. Hugh Freeze usually sits at a press conference. They bring out a podium. He stands at a press conference. Drew, why did he stand?
Seat's a little too hot right now. You got to stand up at the podium. It's crazy because I get there an hour before to kind of set up and just set everything up to send stuff back and get ready for the day. Podium sometime is usually up there, but usually the crew comes in 30 minutes before, break it down. He comes in, he's like, yeah, he's standing today. And a couple thoughts started to race through my mind. I'm like, seat's a little hot. You got to stand. Also, a couple thoughts started popping in my head. I go, John Cohen could just walk out here and stand at that podium right now.
Anybody could come out.
Yeah, anybody could come out.
And to your point, hear me out, guys. To your point, I think the world was expecting John
100%.
Cohen to be the one.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
Not
Come
Hugh Freeze.
Sunday,
It was a little quiet on Sunday. I just want to say it was
we were
real
nervous.
quiet.
We were nervous.
On
We had
Sunday.
plans, contingencies in place.
Just in case y'all don't understand what's happening right here on 9 Yards Deep with my two buddies and the sound effects and the red in the background. The Missouri Tigers came down to Auburn, Alabama.
I like that.
And isn't that crazy? And not only did they make the trip, but Eli Drinkwitz had a plan in place. It was one goal, and that was to beat Auburn.
That game went to double overtime.
They did.
Double overtime.
They
At the
did.
crib.
That's all I got to
a
say.
night
It
game.
happened again. Now, that makes Hugh Freeze 0-4
for the third consecutive
for the
season.
third consecutive
Third
season.
consecutive
In SEC play.
season in SEC play. A top recruit even said that post has been going viral.
Listen to me right now. Why does that man still have a job? Somebody please explain that to me.
They said something about John Cohen having loyalty to his buddies or something of the nature, but I'm lost.
I don't know, when your head coach is talking on Monday saying he'd like a statement would be helpful for his program, he's supportive. I don't know how. We'll get a statement 6 days after the fact.
Let me tell you about y'all head coach over there, dog.
Hey, man.
This Joker got on the show yesterday, open mic. He did his press conference, and they said, "Hey, have you been considering any type of personnel change? Are you thinking about playing some other guys?" This guy named the dang on center who tore his ACL. Well, no, he's gonna be out. He got a torn ACL. He didn't mention Omar, right?
No.
Who got his first touchdown, by the way. Shout out
On his first carry.
Shout out that man, bro.
On
He
his
did
first
that,
carry.
boy.
His only carry.
He did that, boy.
He was
only
1
carry.
for 1, and he scored a touchdown.
He different.
And you don't feed him the ball?
Come on now.
They have a problem running the football in general.
No. They got a problem with giving Jackson Arnold the ability to let him run the ball every time.
Screw that. You just got rid of your captain at running back.
Damari Austin.
So basically what you're saying is I don't need to run the ball. I mean, am I the only one in the room that heard that?
No.
What's crazy is all the players are backing this man. They stand behind the decision for Damari. They're in favor of Damari. They don't understand what the heck happened.
All
To
I'm
this day.
saying is I'm hot here.
Hey, man.
I feel the heat over here in Columbus.
Florida, Billy Napier's gone.
We knew that was going to happen.
Sam Pittman is already gone from Microsoft.
We knew that's what happened.
Colorado State, they fired a new coach.
Norvell got fired.
James Franklin, Penn State.
Norvell's on the way to be.
Norvell is right there. Look,
It was
hey,
funny.
no.
We were in the newsroom on Sunday, and our meteorologist, Ariana Whittick, shout out, huge Seminole fan.
Yeah,
Shout out to Sil.
absolutely.
I get the text that Norvell was fired, Jay Norvell at Colorado State. And I walk into our weather center. I go, "Hey, Norvell was fired,"
And she
jumped up. She was like, "No way! Oh my God! What? Like, when did this happen?" She searched on Google, Norvell fired. Jay Norvell, Colorado State. I just want to. That was
man,
hilarious.
It's not the right Norvell.
All
No,
I'm
wrong
saying
order.
is the Florida State Seminoles and the Auburn Tigers have the same record.
same layout. Norvell has a great season at least compared to
Let me ask you this. They walk into Fayetteville on Saturday. Do Hugh Freeze make it back to Auburn?
If they lose that joint, I hope he don't board the plane back. At this rate, let's be honest. What is taking so long? Everybody wants to know at this point. I'm never wishing downfall on another man or in this position because I know it takes so much to control that position. But something has to give. You have 3 other quarterbacks. You're now saying you're going to start using Ashton Daniels as well, who we thought was a third string.
Did he say that though?
Yeah.
This
week in practice,
he said that yes, we were going to be utilizing and giving him reps, but I mean, he should have been getting reps anyway.
Yeah. So yesterday he said it will be, as of right now, Jackson's the starter. Ashton's going to be, who was supposed to take a red shirt year, believe it or not.
Right. Yes, he was.
He's now thrusted into the first team reps. I think that Ashton will play on Saturday. I think he may be the starter. Wouldn't be surprising if we see both of them in split drives in the first quarter, just to see if we get some kind of different momentum. Or, Jackson, who's really been good in first half of games, and then the adjustments come in from the other team, and then he locks up. That's maybe when we could see Ashton Daniels. But you guys are bringing up the 0-4, a lot of concerning things with Auburn. My biggest concern with Hugh Freeze and this whole thing is in 2.5 years, you're 9-10 at Jordan-Hare Stadium, arguably a top 10 place to play for an opposing team.
You're right. 9-10 is terrible, but 0-4 through 3 consecutive years is insane.
Is a wild take.
And the competition hasn't really changed per se.
all.
And it's crazy because this was probably the toughest first 4 of SEC slate games they've had out of the 3 years.
And here's the thing. They were in every single one of those games.
Yep.
Double overtime this last
All
week.
12.
Yeah,
Should have beat Missouri.
Georgia beat first
You
half.
should have beat Oklahoma. You should have kept the foot on the gas when you played Georgia. And I don't understand why you only ran the ball 8 times against A&M. It makes no sense to me. And you still only lost by 6. Somebody please make it make sense to me.
DJ Durkin needs a raise.
DJ Durkin needs the head coach job. Give that man the job now. You don't want to pay buyouts and find new coaches, fine. You already paying DJ Durkin. Promote
Second
him.
highest paid coordinator in
Promote
college
him.
football.
What's so hard about it? Promote him.
I think if you do let Freeze go and you let DJ take the interim job, I think you let Nix, the offense coordinator, he finally takes full control. I think this team finds a new life and they find their footing and they have the talent. They can make something happen. This is a really talented defense. You have Eric Singleton, you have Cam Coleman, Jeremiah Cobb, Omar Matson, Jackson Arnold. Like you can do you could do some things with this team. They don't change the offense. The offense is staying the same every week.
And here's the thing about that. It don't get easy. It really doesn't get easier going to Arkansas this week, right? Nope. You're on the road. It's never easy to play on the road. Arkansas, they fired their coach. Sam Pittman's gone, and so you got Petrino there. They was in a battle with A&M almost. It was 44-42, I believe, was the final, about 2, right? So Auburn, when you look at it going in, do they find? Ignore Mercer. I don't want to talk about Mercer right now. Is there another win in the books for Auburn right now? That's a real deal question.
I'm gonna be honest.
I don't think you get one this weekend. You come home to Kentucky, I believe, right?
Home versus Kentucky,
and then you
go to Vandy.
You go to Vandy.
Yep. Then you got to
buy Mercer, and then
Iron
Bowl, which Iron Bowl gets wicked. We already know that.
That's true.
Right now, the way Alabama's, and we'll get to Alabama, the way they're clicking right now, I don't think anybody want to see them home or
which is it's crazy because you look at this back half of the schedule compared to some other SEC teams.
It's easy.
This is probably the most favorable schedule with Tennessee on back half.
Yes, it's
like
easy.
you only have one rank. The Alabama game, you got to ignore it because that game gets. It's different. It's different.
Let's call it what it is.
But the Vandy game is really like you should win these next 4 games with the talent you have. But now you're looking at it as like if we lose on Saturday, everything's thrown out. Everything's gone down the wire because you're 3-4. You're 3-4. You could still make a bowl game.
The question still remains the same. Is there a win there? Ignore Mercer. Is there a win there?
I don't know that, Jeremy, to be honest with you.
Kentucky took Tennessee to the wire.
Because I thought Arkansas was the worst SEC team, but after the past 2 weeks,
Tennessee,
and then how'd they play it?
It is Kentucky, Auburn, then Arkansas, as of right now in the SEC. And I don't know. We talking about it now with Mercer. 5-1 Mercer.
All I can tell you is look. It's just tough times on the plains.
I agree.
It's not
it's
good.
hot.
Wholeheartedly
It's real hot.
Something's got to change.
Weather's
Something's
cooling
gotta
down.
give.
Freeze warnings melting.
Do you
Freeze
not see this
puddle.
red behind us?
Freeze
Ain't nothing frozen. You know.
And once again, not to say, he's had winning coaches before, but just hasn't been shown here at Auburn. And I think that's the question now. Like you mentioned, what's the holdup? What's taking so long? All these other programs around you, including in the SEC alone this year, have made decisions.
I think right now they haven't made that decision because they're still riding off the fact of how close they were in those
it's because
4
they
games.
keep whining about stuff that didn't go their way. Let's
Talk
just
about
call it.
that
I
too.
mean,
Yeah,
stop
talk about
being
that too.
trying to be
Yeah.
nice about it. They're still crying. I mean, Hugh Freeze was in the Missouri game whining about calls. I'm like, dude, next play. Why do I have to tell the head coach next play mentality? Like, get over the hump. You
This has
still
been
have a
their thing for
game
the past 3 years.
to go
though.
win.
They drag on their mistakes. Like something goes wrong, they let it affect them the entire
You
game.
want to know what Auburn fans are whining about? They're whining about why your kicker goes out and missed 2 field goals and you still send him out to try to kick the field goal. That's what we're
You
whining
have 2
about.
other kickers
That's
on
one
the
of
roster.
those.
That's what we're whining about.
You're right.
If you want to be
You're
honest,
right.
that's what we're whining
But
about.
that's a touchy subject, though, because the kid ain't even supposed to be out there playing like that. So for the fact that he is, some people are looking at alluding to that.
He
that
missed field goals.
He
You
missed
can't
3.
ignore
He's
that.
0 for 3.
You cannot
in that game.
You cannot
He's 0
ignore
for
that.
3. But it's a blessing even out there playing.
Shout out to kid
Hey,
for getting through
that's
the
all I'm
medical
saying.
situation. You still missed 3 field goals. You
knew
missed
that
2.
times Magoo,
It's
you
time
have
to
some
win the
other guys
game. And
behind
the
him.
fact that you even thought that it was okay to even trot him out there for that third one, a light bulb should have went off somewhere. Sorry. Put another kick in.
Valid point.
You are the head coach. Everybody, if I can sit at home and watch it and notice it, you got your fans in the stands that notice it. Fans around the country that's like, what are you doing? Hello.
It's the buy-in every week. That's crazy.
Make it make sense. I'm gonna tell you right now, when they went to overtime, I don't know if y'all heard or seen the videos when Byron Zion Young,
Yeah.
for Missouri, right? When they were doing the coin toss and
Ooh,
they
that boy
let
live,
it
boy.
go on defense. Listen to me. I had already knew Missouri was going to win the game.
That boy was live as all get up.
I had already knew. It was he was going to extract fear somewhere. Even if they was going to lose the game, I knew he was going to have some type of something highlighted that was going to come out of that. And that's what I feel like Auburn is missing. And it's not really in the players per se. I've been screaming about it for Hugh Freeze. Can you please make some type of passionate aggression for your team, for your school?
Where's the fire?
Like, there's no fire. You ain't got a 15-yarder yet. Why? Please tell me why.
You got to bring juice with these
How do
kids.
you
Like,
expect people to back you or even believe that you are the man for this job and you won't even get angry? Like, I'm telling you, that call against Oklahoma, I would have lost it.
Oh, yeah.
The Georgia game, I would have came unglued. Right?
Right there at the half, too. What's they do? Kick you out? Second half?
I mean, look, at
Definitely.
least you showed some fight.
Right. I agree. Right. That's something the guys can rally behind. You talk about that. That's why we asked these questions going into it.
Man.
Your defense is keeping you in every last of these last 4 games when things that went to the wire, primarily because of your defense.
It's just so unfortunate because they won the transfer portal this season.
We talk
right?
about
let's
coming
be
in
honest with
on
you.
paper.
They're loaded.
Very much so.
They're loaded.
Top guys across the board.
And you can't score 20 points.
At all. To the point where recruits now are saying, y'all can't compete in the SEC because you're not scoring more than 20 points. That's what it's going to take. And then you have to question now, like, how many recruits are now going to back out?
I'm moving on. Dixieland Delight.
Hey, man, smoke them if you got them.
Smoke him if you got him. I tell you what. We're going to take a quick break because we got to. Forgot about that guy. We're going to take a break and we're going to come right back. All right, welcome back. Smoke him if you got him. We're up in Tuscaloosa.
T-Town.
I'm not going to spend a ton of time on this. I'm going to start replaying clips from the past podcast because I said what was going to happen. Tennessee was going to roll to Tuscaloosa, and that was going to roll right on back to Rocky Top because and that's what happened. I'm sorry. Alabama right now is the hottest team in college football. This had nothing to do with Tennessee. The only reason why it's relevant is because it's a rivalry game, true rivalry game. We know that, it's going to have big stakes. It was 7:30 ABC game of the week. But the real conversation is Ty Simpson. Sorry. Ty Simpson and Kalen DeBoer are right now, a duo that nobody wants to face, nobody wants to see. Shout out to Xavier Brown, who's a dog. He caught he caught the pick to seal the game in the Georgia game last year. I don't know if y'all remember that.
Yep.
This year, he 99 yards?
Yeah, they corrected it was
99 yards officially, pick 6.
That's
right
crazy.
before halftime. That sucked the life out of Josh Heupel and those Tennessee Volunteers. Drew, I know you was there. Just kind of walk us through that atmosphere. What was your takeaway from the game? Give us a little recap of what you saw.
Well, first off, going back to that pick, what a crowd pop. I mean, that place was erupting. And the second he broke past the defender at the 40-yard line, it just hit a second level of loud, of like peak noise that, kind of rivaled the Ryan Williams touchdown last year. When you hear that crowd pop, and the atmosphere was great. But just going to the game, like overall, it just didn't feel like Tennessee was ever like going to win the game. You know what I mean? Like they just didn't have the flow. They made a couple plays here and there, but Alabama was just so in control of that game no matter what point. Like Tennessee came out on their first drive and scored in the second half. And it's still a point of the game where you're just watching and you're like, yeah, they're not gonna do anything else after this. Alabama just took control. Ty Simpson's tape just continues to click on big scouts' names in the NFL. They're like, this kid's poised. He's stepping in. He makes too many reads at the line, which is, it frustrates you because you're like, all right, he's making all these changes, adjustments, and it works. There's like 2 seconds on the play clock, and he's spinning around, running around, but he's looking like an NFL quarterback, and he's got the offense clicking right now. And when you're talking about energy, about Hugh Freeze just a couple minutes ago before the break, Kalen DeBoer walking out of the tunnel in the entrance, smacking the goalpost, screaming. And now this is a guy who, before he got Tuscaloosa, everyone's like, he's a calm guy. He's from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. He just, since that loss, this has just looked like a completely different team. And I'm not just talking about the players. I'm talking about the coaching staff. There was a clip that came out of Coach Shepard, their wide receiver coach, before the game was talking to 2 young fans. They had to be, like, a young girl was maybe 8 years old.
I saw that clip.
And he walks over, and he brings Isaiah Horton over, and he's screaming in these kids' faces. He's like, they're here for you.
This is the standard.
This is standard. They want to see the best.
I saw that.
What?
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
Energy, baby.
Yeah. And Isaiah Horton's just like, all right, like this is what we got to do. And I don't know. They've looked really well. They got a trap game ahead this week. That's a different story.
Man, trap game. But before we get to that game this week, Tony, let me ask you a question. I'm asking you directly. Is Alabama the number 1 team in the country?
Hey, man, I'm not even going to hold you. They have won 6 consecutive games in top 15, top 25 matchups. Ty Simpson, we talked about all season. I've been high on the Carson Becks, the Haynes Kings of the world. If I had to take my Heisman vote right now, Ty Simpson is my Heisman winner. This team goes all the way to the national championship.
Well, since you brought it up, thank you.
I'm going to let you know.
I'm going to tell you right now. I ain't going to give it to you now, but spoiler alert, I got a Heisman for you, and I'm going to give it to you after we talk about that third team we're going to talk about. But moving along, I do feel like you're absolutely right. I mean, it's 4 consecutive, I believe.
Yeah,
that's
4 consecutive top 25.
Listen,
all SEC
that's hard to do, okay? And that's hard to do after you had to bounce back. That Florida State loss was the best thing for the University of Alabama.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right or wrong?
No, hold on.
It was the best thing.
Because we talk about a
for that
humbling
school.
moment, and this team that's always been so high, for them to have that so early. And we talk about would you rather lose early on in the season or on the back end of the season. It's like high school football and things like that.
Yes.
So for them to go ahead and have that punch in the mouth early, and for them to really reel back from that and realize what they have, you're not even looking at your star guy like a Ryan Williams this season. He's been there, but he hasn't been the catalyst that the team has needed because you had other guys in Isaiah Horton. The run game.
I just feel like when you think about the Ohio States of the world, and then you get down to an Alabama, a Georgia, even an Ole Miss, right? And to be honest with you, with that defense, I would take Auburn.
Right.
I think where we feel like the margin is great, like there's a gap. I don't think there's a gap. I think if Ohio State went right now against Alabama, I think I would take Alabama plus a touchdown. And same thing for Georgia, just because it's just they're tested, right? And I don't want to bring in other conferences or whatnot. I don't want to just sit here and harp and pick on Ohio State. They're getting picked on because they're the 1 seed, right?
Yeah.
But they just keep winning. That's what you're supposed to do.
You're supposed to keep winning.
Right.
And at the end of the day, like I told y'all, every week is crazy. You mentioned, Drew, that it's a trap game for Alabama this weekend, 1,000%.
Yeah.
I don't think that – you look at the game last year where people thought that, hey, Carolina's going to get ran out of Bryant-Denny. I mean, it was an onside kick to go and win the game, right? Mm-hmm. And, you know, it's hard to win in Carolina. You got Sandstorm. It's a great atmosphere. I mean, them guys got to be ready to go. But one thing I can tell you, what's in Alabama's favor right now is the schedule. They already went to Athens and got a dub, right, in a very hostile environment. Now, you can say what you want to about the second half. I think that's more so than Georgia than it is Alabama. But Alabama right now is the hottest team in the country. I do believe that they're the number one team in the country just by nature of how they're playing, how they have reacted, and what they have done in the past 4 games. I don't think there has been another team that has faced a schedule like that. No. Maybe Georgia, just because they had the matchup, right, just on paper. Vandy has had some tough matchups, right? They got a hard one this weekend coming up. So, I don't know. I like where Alabama is right now. Ty Simpson is almost at 2,000 yards passing for the year. That's insane. You know, it's a crazy stat. You know, just for this season when you think about it out loud.
For a kid who never started in a game before this year.
I like Bama. I don't have much to say about Alabama. I like the way they're rolling. Keep on rolling, roll tide. Whatever y'all want to say, let it fly. You know?
I got one complaint about Alabama there, and I think it's going to catch up to them at some point. No team has forced them to run the ball because they haven't shut down the – I mean, Mizzou kind of did it. Like, they controlled the receivers.
They didn't look good doing it.
Yeah. But Alabama won the game because Ty Simpson was able to manage and make the throws necessary to win. But this run game is really concerning for Alabama, and there's going to be a team, I don't know who, and a team's going to do it. They're going to shut down the passing, and they're going to have to run the football.
Well, there's a game that's coming up now in Alabama's favor. It'll be at home. But there's a game a couple of weeks down the road that, and I'm talking about Oklahoma, who has a really good defense. I think we forgot about that after the Texas game, but their defense is still their defense, and material will obviously be better. But when you're talking about forcing Ty Simpson in uncomfortable situations, Oklahoma is that team that can do it. Now, will they? I don't know. But that's a team that can really match up toe-to-toe when you talk about defensive front versus Alabama's offensive front.
And that's one thing with the Alabama team that I feel like we've seen week by week, and I point out, like, you know, this is a point of concern. Like Tennessee, I was like, you know, this pass rush they average 4.5 sacks a game. Can Alabama protect Ty Simpson? They give up 0 sacks. And Ty Simpson you give him all the time in the world, he can slice and dice you like a surgeon back there. and it shows. And he will.
And will.
No doubt.
Yeah. So you give him time, and you know, you got to, and it's a favorable outside of South Carolina. I mentioned this as a trap game because you're 4-0 in SEC. You're back up to number 4 in the rankings. Like, everything's going in your favor. You're facing a South Carolina team who's...
How do you handle adversity?
Exactly. You got a bye week after this one. Like, you just got to get through this one, and then you can rest and be like, all right, we got LSU, we got OU, and then we got Auburn. Like, that's what you got to just get through this week, and then the rest of it's in front of you. You just can't be looking back. You have to focus on South Carolina because Lenore Sellers, if they haven't looked great, their offense has not looked amazing at South Carolina, but he's talented enough where he can cause you problems down the stretch. Yeah, and Lenore Sellers is that. And they're home. And they're home.
And listen, they're on life support. I mean, let's call it what it is.
We'll talk about that.
Beamer
that's another hot seat too.
Beamer needs
this win. I mean, this win is way more important to Shane Beamer in South Carolina than it would be to Alabama. I'm just gonna say that.
What he can do last minute
in desperate situations, it can get crazy with Carolina. Still, great things going on over at Tuscaloosa. They're rolling. You know, again, they got the trap game this weekend. It's 3:30, I believe, ABC or ESPN one to ABC. So you want to tune in and watch some good ball, that'd be one to watch. Now, I-20 East going across Atlanta to that city that I love in Athens, Georgia. Recap what they had on Saturday. Ole Miss came to town. And, man, did I expect 40 points from each team? Nah. And I know Ole Miss didn't score 40, but Georgia putting up 43 or whatever it was.
It felt like 40.
Yeah, man. Gunnar Stockton.
Look, I'm going to start with Ole Miss. I'm not going to spend a lot of time. It's not a team we cover. Ole Miss, they have something special going on.
Trinidad Chambers.
They are a legit team. I love what Lane has done with Ole Miss.
No doubt.
He has done a tremendous job. For God's sakes, please find a defensive coordinator that can get you a defense.
Pete Golding, ain't it?
It didn't work. It didn't work at Alabama.
It really did not.
It ain't working at Ole Miss.
Yeah,
and it's just unfortunate because, man, what a game that was.
Yes,
Ole Miss Georgia. It was a hell of a game. Let's call it what it was. It was a great game, man. But I knew at some point, just even though Georgia finally got a stop on defense late in the fourth. I just felt like that blow for blow eventually to catch up to you. And Ole Miss has not played a schedule or the type of opponents that Georgia has. You don't want to get in a dogfight with Georgia in the second half. I don't understand why people still think they could just come out willy-nilly and not get pedal to the metal in the second half when it's time to play Georgia. They have. I mean, what is that? That's pretty much every game this year. If I want to
outside of Kentucky
was the only game where they were pedal to the metal the entire game. Yep. Lane Kiffin and Trinidad Chambers, they're a dynamic duo. They're going to be okay. I think they're going to be fine, for what it's worth. This is
the biggest game that kid's ever played in.
Was that Saturday? And all that. Yeah. They said there was more stands in the field than it was at Fair State in the whole school itself. Yeah. So, I mean, just take that in perspective, is what it is. But, they're going to be all right. Sliding over to Georgia. Now, looking at Georgia, I when it comes to the first half stuff, I don't know what to say about it. But I guess it's the new norm. It's a new thing for Georgia. It's working. I mean, because when you think about it out loud, it's almost scripted. You know what to expect. You know what's coming. The third quarter, you just better beware. Mm-hmm. They continue to just shut teams out, and I'm talking about defense side of the ball, in the second half. Now, switching gears to the offense side of the ball, Gunnar Stockton. He is my Heisman front runner.
I like them.
I'm glad you brought that up.
I do.
I'm glad you brought that up.
If we want to talk about Heisman, Ty Sitson is in that conversation, of course.
But Gunnar has to be in the conversation now.
Gunnar stats, QBR is better than Ty Simpson. Yeah. He has one of the best QBRs in the country. I think he's number one in the country when it comes to QBR.
And look at the rushing touchdowns.
Lobut at the end of the day, when you're talking about a poised, resilient kid, Gunnar Stockton is the definition of both of those. I'm telling you. Like when Georgia has had slow starts. No, they didn't against Ole Miss. Georgia went toe-to-toe. We just couldn't stop Ole Miss. Yeah. But guess what Gunnar did?
He ran down. Yeah.
Delivered one right back.
Every time.
He made some reads, some passes, some throws. Now, we lost Kobe Young. That's a huge loss for Georgia because I do feel like he was the number one receiver.
He was catching his stride.
Some people argue, Zachariah Branch. I like
that. Now opening up for Zachariah Branch?
Zachariah Branch is he's a playmaker.
Right.
Kobe Young is a true receiver. Zachariah Branch don't get the yardage and plays that he gets without a true receiver. That's why I like Kobe Young at receiver, and I think it's a big blow. Obviously, Noah Thomas needs to grow up.
Thomas.
He needs to grow up and get
this
some catches.
This is the situation. You want to make big plays.
Yeah.
In Athens, you want to be that guy next year.
Here it is.
Yeah, exactly.
And
here's your opportunity.
Everybody's been asking all year, where's the tight end?
I was about to say, I see Lawson Lucky. He had a heck of a game.
Guess who balled out against Ole Miss?
Lucky.
Listen, I give Bobo. I probably give Bobo probably more stuff than in there. I mean, check Twitter. Just search Mike Bobo on Twitter. Anyway, but Mike Bobo probably called the best game he's called all year against Ole Miss. I mean, we was mixing it, we was dialing it. Now, again, Ole Miss defense, I don't think they're as big as a true SEC defensive front. They don't have a really big front. They're quick, but they're aggressive. But I thought that Georgia was on a mission on offense. I think it's the best how our offense looked. People can say, hey, slow start, whatever. It wasn't a slow start. We just couldn't stop Ole Miss, but we continued to put points on the board. And when it mattered in the fourth, scoring, I think it was 13 to 17 unanswered points in the fourth quarter. That's a big deal. When you talking about game on the line, I mean, that game had everything on the line. Georgia lose that game, you're possibly talking about not making the playoffs, the SEC run, which I don't even know if the SEC championship means that much anymore. With these new 12-team playoffs, I mean, it's almost like you need that week off, because, I mean, you risk another loss. That's another conversation for another day.
I don't know. That bye week didn't look very favorable for the teams last year.
Well, you're right. True. But what I'm saying is the bye week, it's the extra game is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
A lot of teams got to sit out. They didn't have to play a conference championship, but you made the playoffs. I think that could be, in the SEC, when you're getting beat up and beat on every week, I mean, that's another game
that's
where
a fair point. There's a double-edged sword to it.
So look at Ohio State, I'm not trying to take the value away from the SEC championship. Again, it's in the conversation for the other day. I would never take the value of winning the SEC championship out because, honestly, I was telling Aaron earlier, I said, hey, man, I almost rather win the SEC instead of winning that championship. To me, it seems like that conference just feels a lot more it's a lot deeper. It means, what I'm saying, like just the atmosphere of what you go through to win that
title. Would you say it just means more then?
It just more. It
it's funny.
really just means more.
No,
but,
you're knocking the hammer on the nail right there.
But anyway,
Georgia
going
right
back to Gunner, I just feel like, man, if you're not a Gunner starting to believe in, I don't know what to tell you. He's a dog. His QBR is through the roof. He's smart. He doesn't turn the ball over.
It bothers me.
Dog.
He's not in the Heisman. Like he's not. He should be in that top 3 conversation right now.
He should be.
He should be. Like you watch that game in Athens between the hedges. Gunnar Stockton had an amazing game, and Georgia. I want to bring this up. Mm-hmm. They find ways, no matter what, offensively or defensively, to win football games, and that makes them dangerous when it comes to January.
Y'all heard I said the last 2 podcasts. Just win the game.
That's all you gotta do.
It's
really
one more point than the other team.
It's true. I'll tell you what, though. If we had to go top 3, my Heisman candidates right now, they reign from Alabama and Georgia. Because we can talk about Gunnar Stockton.
Okay.
We can talk about Ty Simpson.
Who else you got?
I need you to go down to Atlanta where Haynes King has led that team
7-0.
Come on now. Because I feel like we always downplay this. Georgia Tech is on a run right now.
Number 17
run.
in the country.
When you look at
since 1966, Brent Key, the hometown guy, coming back to his team, delivering them. Come on, man. Malachi Hosley getting into the game, going crazy right now. Shout out to Northside, man. Hey, bro, hey,
listen.
We talk about fan conversion here.
Promo
I am a Georgia Tech stan, man. Emily wrecked the whole 9.
I'm just gonna tell you like this. I'm not mad. Listen, outside of me being a Georgia fan,
I'm trying to tell you,
and I'm talking personal right now. As a football fan, I love Georgia Tech. I love where Georgia Tech is at. I love what Georgia Tech is doing. Listen to me for a second. Georgia Tech now. Do you know how much that game's gonna mean on Black Friday?
I'm looking
in Mercedes-Benz.
Ecstatic about that one now. If they keep this going, come on, man.
Georgia Tech is the true definition. That team is.
What do they do? What do they do? What do they do? What's that say?
Show the hat.
That's what they do.
No.
They punish you running the football.
Forget all that. That hat should say Brent Key is what that hat should say. Because if there's Coach of the Year awards,
he got my vote.
No doubt.
He need to get the D1, the D2, he need to get all the coaches. Brent Key is that guy, bro.
They are in control of the ACC right now.
And looking at the rest of the schedule,
it's easy money, son. Easy money.
And Georgia ain't a conference game.
The hardest game is Pitt, and you get that at home.
They got that. Now we talk about trap games. They do got a trap game this week as well.
I thought their trap game was Duke.
Syracuse?
Syracuse could be a trap game.
Don't count out Fran Brown, though.
I like his coaching style too.
He find ways to real crazily win games.
You feel me?
He has been in some games. I mean, the SMU was Miami last year.
Right,
They caught at the end of the year, caught slipping, and ruined a lot of plans for Miami. I think Miami was in a must-win situation.
No doubt.
Fran Brown's another one of them Kirby Smart descendants where he just sometimes just know how to win. And
I'll go back to last week. I said last week's game was definitely their hardest test on the schedule. Duke came out early. Duke realistically, Duke should have won the game. They gave up that one fumble that was driving. That was another one. We talk about long returns. Yeah, that was a pretty long
one. That was 95 yards, something like that. Yeah,
I think it was like 86 or something like that.
That sucked the air. I mean, you cannot at this day and age, man. Especially when you're in these games and you're in these dog fights, and you know a lot of these games get like that. You know, pound for pound. You cannot give up those. I mean, Xavier Brown proved that with Tennessee because I feel like Tennessee would have scored right there, and that I think it could have shifted the game. Although I feel like Alabama still would have handled business for sure.
Right.
But you saw it in that game, and then the Georgia Tech Duke game. You can't have those mistakes. That will kill you.
Definitely so.
Just what it is. Call a spade a spade. it would kill you. But shout out to Georgia Tech.
Shout out to
you like Ty Simpson, you like Gunnar Stockton, and you like Haynes King right now.
I do. Right now, those are my top 3 guys. I'm not discrediting Indiana, what they got going. Ohio State, of course. These guys clicking because they 1 and 2 respectfully. But out of those 3 guys there, I think those are my Heisman leaders.
I think that comes with a bias. Like Jeremiah Smith, Julian Sains, like he's finding his footing. But when you're the top team, eyes on the country, like you got a quarterback, you got a receiver who's playing well, they're going to be in the Heisman conversation. Of course. And that's how it always goes because the Heisman winner is never a guy on a 5-7 team. Right. You know what I mean? So. Right. That's always going to be the conversation, but I mean, we're starting to, we're getting to that point. Round it down. I don't like talking Heisman until November, but we got some guys.
Hey, the rankings come out in 2 weeks.
Yeah, about 2 weeks.
November 4th.
Yeah, that's why I said November.
Big time.
I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm looking forward to them first rankings too.
Oh yeah.
I'm looking forward to them first rankings.
This look cute now, but CFPs will really
It's
matter.
enough games between now and November 4th that a lot can happen between here and there. Florida got a new coach. Georgia has to go to Jacksonville before that game. That game's gonna be. I don't think it's as big as past games. Georgia just need to go down there and handle business. I think they'll be okay. Florida's in a rebuilding stage. They're very vital right now. But hey, sometimes those teams that are vital.
I mean, look at Arkansas.
They get angry.
Arkansas ain't winning, but they're playing well.
UCLA, they come back. They fire their coach. They doing things.
Quarterback I heard at UCLA. Nico, whatever.
Hey, but shout out to the OC.
He was at Tennessee. So, they new OC
right.
too.
You feel me? UAB win over Memphis.
Hey, that was a big time win. You want to talk about some out of region games?
It
I mean, that
was,
was a
man.
big game that Memphis.
I love that
UAB
trophy though.
Yeah,
The
rib.
ribs.
It's a big. It's a big
Really?
bronze rib.
Like, Memphis, they do that whole
Why are
rib.
these? Okay, let's talk about it for a second. 30 seconds. 30-second rant, and then we're gonna end this show. Why do Birmingham try to insert themselves in the conversation about being a barbecue city?
What's that? Is it Dreamland? Ain't that what it is up there? Ain't that what it is?
That's in Tuscaloosa.
Can somebody please bring me? See, that ain't Birmingham. Somebody please bring me some good Birmingham. Somebody bring me some barbecue from Birmingham because I'm not getting it. Even Memphis.
Hey, Memphis got some good barbecue now. BB King's? Like, you done been to Memphis. You tell me you mess with it. Now, it ain't Kansas City. It ain't none of that, but, like, it's up there.
I don't want to talk barbecue unless we talking Texas.
Shout out to so many spots out there. But which ones you reckon with?
Hutchins.
Terry Black was cool, but Hutchins up there.
There's Hutchins and there's nobody else.
You don't like Terry Black?
There's Hutchins
I agree.
and there's nobody else.
Shout out. Hey, look.
Put the camera back on. There's Hutchins and there's nobody else.
Thanks.
If you don't get anything from this 9 Yards Deep podcast, there's Hutchins.
Hutchins barbecue.
And we got a 2-box
Right
with
outside
some
for
ribs. Plate, something. There's Hutchins.
Aaron's working on it.
Aaron working on getting that picture.
Aaron looking at that.
I'm just telling you.
How low the lines be? Is it worth it? That wait. Now, we waited in there for a hot
I
second.
don't see lines when I'm at Hutchins. I see barbecue.
Lord.
If you don't hear nothing else from me, Hutchins, sponsor the show.
Tell them we need to cotton bowl this year. I'm trying to go back.
He went last year and he came back on Monday and he was like,
Hey, man.
I need to start meal prepping. He was like, I need to start meal prepping.
Oh, man. I'm just telling you, man. Like,
Bro had a whole tray of like 2 pounds.
Hey, brother.
don't
man.
argue with me.
We got to talk about stats, too, because, I've been high on Carson Beck, though, real quick.
Oh, God.
Hey, my guy.
That was ugly.
Hey, my man.
That was ugly.
Y'all lost it.
That was at one point one of your Heisman
That's why I
picks,
said
wasn't it?
I got to sit here and recount my whole list now, man. Like, I had so
Side-eye.
much faith.
Side-eye.
So much faith in this man. 4 interceptions ain't going to cut him, my guy.
Did y'all see my post?
4 interceptions.
I said, well, there's the Carson Beck I know.
Yeah.
Now that looked familiar.
Yeah.
That looks like they.
And they had a chance to win it in the end.
Yeah, shout out Lou.
Yeah, Lord.
But hey, man, the ACC games that be on Fridays or Thursdays, why is they always
It's
weird?
the Friday
man?
night games, man.
They need to ban the ACC from playing on any day but Saturday. Because it was crazy because they were talking about that pregame. It was like, it gets crazy in the ACC when they play these early games. And I'm like, did they just jinx it?
The fall off needs to be studied, though, because everybody thought it ran through Florida
College
State
kids
this
can't handle the short week.
That's true. Then you got to think they traveling further out, too, nowadays.
They went to Louisville.
But I'm saying, no, Louisville came to them.
It was at home.
It was at the crib.
So what travel was involved?
Hey, look, Hard Rock Stadium's like 30 miles from
Hey,
the campus.
Don't
They had a
understand
total
Coral
of
Gables.
280 fans
Hey,
in the
bro.
stands.
It's wild. It's really wild. But yeah, just had to mention that real quick.
The
like,
downfall of
Oh,
Miami.
no, Miami's path to the ACC don't look too bright.
It don't look
It's because of the one loss. Like Louisville's a one-loss team.
Yep.
Like
They got Pitt.
yeah, like
Tech,
there's still a lot of one-loss team. Like it
NC
doesn't.
State.
You lose that game, it gets tough now. Because
SMU.
Tech's undefeated.
Stanford, who actually beat FSU.
That's
And
a,
that game was at like
Syracuse.
2 a.m., wasn't it?
yeah, that's a dumpster fire in Tallahassee.
Hey, man, that's what I'm saying. Look, they in the same boat as Auburn right now, but Norvell has had a winning season. He had a pretty hectic winning season. He
Any
just didn't get
given
rewarded how he
Saturday.
needed to, but it is in a given Saturday.
Any given Saturday.
Well, where's the music? If you haven't learned anything from this podcast, Hutchins is the way.
This man.
We thank you guys for tuning in to 9 Yards Deep. We'll catch you on the next episode.